Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambalo, and today is Wednesday, the 20th week of Ordinary Time. Our reading today is taken from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew. Jesus told his disciples this parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out at dawn to hire laborers for his vineyard. After agreeing with them for the usual daily wage, he sent them into the vineyard. Going out about 9 o'clock, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace and said to them, "You too go to my vineyard, and I will give you what is just." So they went off. He went out again, and then at noon, and around 3, and did likewise. And going out at 5 o'clock, he found others standing around and said to them, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" And they answered, "Because no one has hired us." He said to them, "You too go into my vineyard." When it was evening, the owner of the vineyard said to the foreman, "Summon all the laborers and give them their pay, beginning with the last and ending with the first." When those who had started about 5 o'clock came, they each received the usual daily wage. So when the first came, they thought they would receive more, but each of them also got the usual daily wage. And on receiving it, they grumbled against the landowner, saying, "These last ones worked only 1 hour, and you've made them equal to us, who bore the day's burden in the heat." And he said to one of them in reply, "My friend, I am not cheating you. Did you not agree with me for the usual daily wage? Take what is yours and go. What if I wish to give this last one the same as you? Or am I not free to do as I wish with my own money? Or are you envious because I am generous? Thus the last will be first and the first will be last," the gospel of the Lord. Well, it's a very strange parable, because you look at it at the first instance and say, well, the person who worked all day certainly should get more than the person who got paid the 1 hour. But to make sense of this passage, we have to understand what's meant by the usual daily wage. The usual daily wage was the amount of money a person needed to feed his family for a day. And that would vary on the members of his family, how many he had. It would vary on whether it was in the harvest season when food was cheap, or whether there was a drought and food was expensive. The usual daily wage fluctuated with all those factors. But in a nutshell, they would work so that their family could live that day, have the food they need for that day. And what this owner is doing is he's giving everybody who came into the vineyard, regardless of the time they entered, the ability to live for that day. Jesus, extending this to the heavenly kingdom, is telling us some of us come to Christ early. Some of us have struggles in our lives and comes to Christ later. The important thing is to come to Christ, to receive the Lord, and then follow him for the remaining time he gives us on this earth. That's the most important part. Because if you were to say, what's the heavenly usual daily wage? And the answer would be to be with God forever in heaven.